Welcome back. In this video lecture, we will discuss the computation of Fourier transform and Fourier integral representation of a discontinuous function. Consider the function fx equal to a minus mod x if mod x less than a equal to 0 if mod x greater than a. And hence show that interval 0 to infinity sin x by x the whole square is equal to pi by 2. So you look at the function fx equal to a minus mod x if mod x less than a. The graph of the function will be like this. Minus a, 0, plus a, and having height a. So this point is 0, a. To analyze this graph for different parameter a, see the GeoGebra window. For the graph of the function fx equal to a minus mod x if mod x less than 1 equal to 0, otherwise the graph will look like this. We start with the parameter a is equal to 1. As the parameter increases, the height of the graph increases. The function has a symmetry about the y-axis, so it is an even function defined in the interval minus 80. And outside the interval minus 80, value of the function is 0. So in order to find the Fourier transform, it is enough to find the Fourier cosine transform. So Fourier transform f omega equal to the Fourier cosine transform fc omega is equal to square root of 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity fx cos omega x dx equal to square root of 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity. See, for the positive range, the function is defined only from 0 to a only. So this is 0 to a minus x into cos omega x dx. See, from 0 to a, x is positive, so mod x is replaced by a minus x. Now, applying integration by parts, we have the result 2 by pi. See, this is a minus x into integral of cos omega x sin omega x by omega minus derivative of a minus x, that is minus 1 into integral of sin omega x by omega minus cos omega x divided by omega square root of 2 by pi a minus x sin omega by omega plus, so it is minus cos omega x by omega square within the limit 0 to a. Now substituting limits 2 by pi in upper limit we have a minus a, the first term 0 minus cos a omega by omega square minus lower limit. So this is sin omega x. So putting x equal to 0, so we have sin 0, so the first term 0 minus cos 0 1, that is 1 by omega square equal to square root of 2 by pi 1 by omega square minus cos a omega by omega square, or this is equal to 2 by pi into 1 minus cos a omega by omega square. Now we can further simplify the numerator expression 1 minus cos a omega by comparing with 1 minus cos theta. 1 minus cos theta equal to 2 sin square theta by 2. So this will be square root of 2 by pi 2 sin square a omega by 2 the whole divided by omega square. So this is the Fourier transform of the given function. Inverting the function, we get fx equal to square root of 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity fc omega into cos omega x d omega is equal to square root of 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity 2 into square root of 2 by pi sin square a omega by 2 the whole divided by omega square cos omega x d omega, that is equal to 4 by pi integral 0 to infinity sin square a omega by 2 cos omega x divided by omega square d omega. Now we can rewrite this Fourier integral 0 to infinity sin square a omega by 2 cos omega x the whole divided by omega square d omega is equal to pi by 4 into fx. But this Fourier integral is equal to pi by 4 into fx only for point of continuity. Now we can see the Fourier integral theorem.
If fx is an absolutely integrable real valued function, that is, if integral minus to infinity mod of s ds less than infinity and is piecewise smooth on any finite interval, the Fourier transform of fx is defined as f omega equal to 1 by square root of 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity fx e raised to minus I omega x dx. And the inverse Fourier transform fx equal to 1 by root of 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity f omega e raised to I omega x d omega. If fx is discontinuous at x, the left hand side of the above equation is replaced by half of f of x plus 0 plus f of x minus 0. If fx is continuous at x, the integral representation and the function will give the same output.
First discontinuities at x equal to minus a and plus a. See, at x equal to a, the function Fourier integral converges to average of left hand limit and right hand limit of the function at x equal to a. So this value equal to half of, to the left of a, value is equal to 0. The left hand limit value is equal to 0 plus the right hand limit value of the function at x equal to a is also 0. So this is equal to 0. Similarly, at x equal to minus a, average of the limit f of minus a minus 0 plus f of minus a plus 0, this is also 0. Hence the value of the integral 0 to infinity sin square a omega by 2 divided by omega square into cos omega x d omega is equal to pi by 4 into fx when x are not equal to plus or minus c and equal to 0 when x equal to plus or minus c. So that is a complete Fourier integral representation. Now in order to show the value of the integral 0 to infinity sin square x by x square dx, we have to evaluate the function at x equal to 0. See, this x equal to 0 is a continuity point of the given function fx. So integral 0 to infinity sin square a omega by 2 divided by omega square into cos 0, that is 1, d omega is equal to pi by 4 into f of 0, because for x not equal to plus or minus a, the value is pi by 4 into fx. Here we have x equal to 0. This is equal to pi by 4 into f of 0. So from the graph, f of 0 is equal to a. Integral 0 to infinity sin square a omega by 2 divided by omega square d omega is equal to pi by 4 a. Putting a is equal to 2 and changing the dummy variable omega to x, we get integral 0 to infinity sin square omega by omega square d omega is equal to pi by 4 into 2, that is pi by 2, or interval 0 to infinity sin square x by x square dx is equal to pi by 2. So this is the value of the recovered integral.
Do these two exercise questions and upload your answers to Google Classroom.